A case of deja vu in Waukesha. Darrell Brooks removed from court once again.
As the state prepares to rest its case, Brooks continues to spar with the judge in the case.
We have our Fox 6 investigator Brian Polson joining us live this morning to break down the latest in the Waukesha parade trial. Good morning.
Good morning. You guys remember, obviously, at the start of this, Darrell Brooks was acting up and he was disruptive and disrespectful. He took off his shirt. He scuffled with the bailiffs. Last week, he apologized. He promised to behave. But on Tuesday, the man charged with killing 6 and injuring more than 60 in the parade tested the judge's patience once again. And it happened as the state was cross-examining Brooks' own witness, called out of order due to the availability of an interpreter. As prosecutors asked Juan Marquez about his injuries, Brooks made comments under his breath that prompted a warning from the judge. Brooks then loudly proclaimed the judge was engaging in misconduct and attempting to fix the trial. Judge Doro excused the jury, and Brooks continued to talk over her.
You're supposed to be the judge.
Mr. Brooks, I'm advising you that continued interruptions will result in you forfeiting your right to be present in this courtroom.
Under what law and fact can you do that?
Illinois versus Allen.
Okay,
sir.
but the fourth option that you made up, that's not even in the law?
Mr.
Because
Brooks,
you can't do that.
I need to make a
By law,
ruling.
you can't do that.
I need to
And
make
you
a
know you
finding.
can't.
As she frequently did the first week of the trial, Judge Doro had Brooks taken to an adjoining courtroom where he could watch and listen through a video feed, and she could control his microphone remotely. But after a brief exile, Brooks asked to be allowed back into the main courtroom, and the judge granted his request, and they got right back to things.
Brian, a lot of viewers have asked, why is the judge maybe being so patient, allowing so much of this to happen? And there's a reason for that, specifically when it comes to Darrell Brooks, actually.
Yeah, he actually kept saying, you found me in contempt. You found me in contempt. She said, I did not find you in contempt. And she addressed that Tuesday. She said contempt is an option under the law, but it's one that would actually benefit Brooks in her view because it would force her to delay the proceedings. And she said she is not going to allow Brooks to profit from his own wrongdoing.
Is there any chance that he could take the stand?
That's the thing we've been wondering, right? He's representing himself. How would that work? In theory, he could still take the stand. He has the right to testify. The judge could allow him to testify in a narrative format rather than having him literally ask himself questions, or she could allow him to ask himself a question first so there could be a proper objection and then answer that question. I mean, you can only imagine how odd all of this would be. I guess we'll have to wait and see if it plays out that way. But so far, he's certainly had a lot of his own say in cross-examining witnesses.
Yeah, after days and days of delays, the state says they finally plan to rest their case today, but not before a little field trip.
You're right. It's been delay after delay, but we're finally there. So they're going to take this field trip to the jury to see the so-called murder weapon, the red Ford Escape. Brooks is expected to begin presenting his defense tomorrow. We don't know who else we'll hear from the state today, but they say they do plan to rest the case by the end of business today. So we should be getting on to the next phase of things. Brooks has 11 people subpoenaed for him to call to the witness stand. Who knows how long that'll take, but I'm guessing the jury's not going to see this case until next week.
And Brian, you said that Brooks will be there today to go view the SUV.
He will be there. He said he didn't want to go. The judge said she's requiring him to be there. She thinks it's important that he be there, so he will. There will be a camera there as well. It won't be live streamed, but we'll be able to show you that video at fox6now.com when everything's done after the fact.
All right, Brian, thanks. Stay